coal sector. For the first time, commercial mining is being allowed for the private people, right? For the private companies, commercial mining is being allowed for the first time, and auction of some coal mines was launched by Prime Minister yesterday, right? For the first time, commercial mining is being allowed for the private companies. And also Prime Minister said that this step of allowing commercial mining for the private companies is a step towards achieving self-reliance in the energy sector. And so these are the two things why coal sector was in the news. So in this context, we'll try to see what is the present context of the coal sector and what is the benefit of bringing private companies into commercial mining, and what are some challenges and what should be the way forward. Now, before we discuss the present step of inviting private people into commercial mining, before we discuss that, we should first of all know the present status of the coal sector. Only then we will be able to appreciate the present step. So coming to the present coal sector, as of now, coal alone accounts for 55% of the energy needs. That means the energy needs of the country, 55% of it is being derived from coal, right? So that is the significance of the coal sector. And also if we come to coal production, 80% of the coal production in India is done by a single PSU called Coal India Limited. Coal India Limited is a single PSU which contributes to 80% of the domestic coal production in India. Now this clearly says that there is almost a monopoly of public sector in the coal sector, right? There is a monopoly of PSU in the coal sector. Now what is commercial mining? Commercial mining means able to mine coal for various reasons. Now, as of now in India, only PSUs or the public sector is allowed for commercial mining. Only the public sector companies as of now can do the commercial mining. Private companies are not allowed for doing commercial mining till date, right? Private companies are not allowed. But then we have some private companies who can do captive mining. What is this captive mining? Captive end use restrictions are there. That means whatever the coal the private companies extract, they can use it only for their own industries or various other specified reasons. They cannot sell the coal in the market, right? The private companies cannot sell the coal which they extracted in the open market. This is called captive mining. That means they cannot sell the coal which they extracted. Their own industries like steel industry or any other industry, right? Or as raw materials for other products. Only in this way they are allowed to use, but they are not allowed to sell the coal in the open market. This is the difference between commercial mining and captive mining. Till date, private companies were allowed only for captive mining, but not for commercial mining. Commercial mining was entirely in the hands of public sector. So why was this done? This was done to ensure energy security. As we have discussed before itself, when India is so hugely depending on coal for its energy needs, that is 55% of its energy needs, if we simply leave it to the private companies, then there is a high risk that India might be in a risky situation. Like if the entire coal goes into the hands of private people, energy security might be at a threat. Keeping this in mind, government has kept this commercial mining entirely in its hands till now. But then what's the issue? The issue is, as we have seen, PSUs are not that efficient as the private companies. Coming to the management practices or the new technologies or the investments which the private people bring, compared to that, PSUs were not that effective in exploring and production of coal. Because of that, what happened? As the population has increased, as the economy of India was expanding, there was more and more demand for coal. When there was increasing demand for coal, on the other hand, the Coal India Limited could not match this demand. the production of Coal India Limited could not match the increasing demand in the country. Because of this, India started importing coal, right? Because of this, India started importing more and more coal. Now, to get the feel of it, despite that means India having world's fourth largest reserves of coal, despite India having world's fourth largest coal reserves, still we import 235 million tons of coal every year, right? We have the fourth largest coal reserves in the world, but still we import 235 million tons of coal. Out of this 235 million tons of coal which we import, if the Coal India Limited could efficiently explore coal, almost 135 million tons of the coal can be matched by domestic production, right? Out of this 235 million tons which we are importing, if the production of coal is efficient, 135 million tons can be matched by domestic production itself. So we have the capacity, but still we are not using it to the maximum extent level. So this is the major issue. Now this is the reason why the government has decided to welcome private people in the commercial mining sector of coal, which was not allowed for private people before, right? So this is the reason. Now what are some benefits of inviting private players into commercial mining? The first thing is increase in investments. Compared to the public sector, the private companies can bring in more investments into the coal production sector, especially foreign direct investments. That means the foreign investments. So when investments are pumped into the production sector, definitely production and efficiency will increase, right? So this is the first thing. Second thing is, with the private sector entering into the commercial mining sector, sophisticated technologies can be introduced in the coal sector. Best practices, global best practices of production of coal can be known to India. Now this definitely improves the efficiency and productivity of our coal companies, right? This is the third thing. The second thing is new technologies will be coming, and also with this new technologies, production and efficiency in the coal mining will definitely improve. In this way, we can increase our production and meet our demands of the coal rather than importing. Now, the fourth benefit of bringing private players is, with the increase in production, we can achieve import substitution. What is this import substitution? Instead of importing coal from other countries, we can produce our domestic coal to match the demands of our country. Import bill is increasing on India. Like India is forced to pay so much amount to other countries because it had to import coal. Now if we produce coal on our own, we can reduce this import bill, and also we can solve the problem of trade deficit. This is another benefit. And also if we see it in the industry's perspective, now if we domestically produce coal rather than importing it, definitely price of the coal gets cheaper, right? Compared to the importing of the coal, if you produce it domestically, price of the coal will get cheaper. Now as the price of the coal is cheaper, not only coal industry but other industries which are dependent on coal as raw material, even they will have an advantage now, because input costs will decrease. When they are getting the raw material coal for lesser price, input cost will decrease, and definitely our Indian products will be competitive, right? So this is another benefit. Competitiveness will increase as coal gets cheaper. And also if we see in development perspective, now the coal reserves in India, if we speak in terms of geography, the coal reserves in India are majorly located in the central and eastern parts of India. To be more precise, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal. These are some states where we have rich coal reserves. Now these are also those states which are backward also in terms of development, right? So by increasing or inviting private participation in commercial mining, definitely these regions will be developed, because coal production will increase now. Coal production will be more efficient. more and more private people are coming, employment opportunities also will increase. So in this way, the central and eastern part of India, the states which are relatively backward, will definitely develop. And job opportunities also, the employment generation also will increase by inviting private people into the commercial mining sector. So overall, this will definitely help the government to achieve its target of 1.5 billion tons of coal production by 2023-24. This is a target that is set by the government. 1.5 billion tons of coal production by 2023-24. And these are some of the benefits. Investments will increase, good technologies will come, production and efficiency will increase, import substitution will be there, competitiveness of our products will increase, development in the underdeveloped areas of the country, and government's target of 1.5 billion tons. So now what are some challenges? What are some challenges in increasing our coal production or in inviting private participation into coal sector? The first challenge is transparency in bidding. Now these coal mines are allotted to the private companies on bidding process, right? Through auction process. Through auction process. In Telugu they say it Velam Pata. So in auction process, these coal blocks or these coal mines are given to the private people. If this bidding process is not transparent, then there are chances of corruption. There are chances of quid pro quo, right? So this is the first challenge. Transparency in bidding. Transparency in the auction process is the first challenge. The second challenge is the Coal India Limited should not be left just like that, right? We have seen in the telecom sector, as we have invited private players into the telecom sector, BSNL and MTNL faced huge losses, and we can see the present status of BSNL and MTNL. Now, Coal India Limited should not be leading to that kind of situation. Coal India Limited should be given equal importance with respect to private players, right? This is second thing which we have to keep in mind, because coal is related to energy security. We should not leave the coal sector completely into the hands of private sector, right? That's why Coal India Limited should be given equal importance, and what all upgradations are required to Coal India Limited, we have to do that so that it can also efficiently and competitively function with the private companies. This is the second thing, second challenge. The third is labor welfare. Labor exploitation in coal sector should not be there. We have to stop that also. Like 1 year back, if we see, there was a tragic incident that happened in the state of Meghalaya. What happened there? There around 14 people who went into the mines to work. They were the laborers. They went into the mines for mining, and they unfortunately died there, and their bodies also could not be recovered, right? Such is the dire situation in the coal mining sector. So such kind of incidents should be avoided. Labor welfare should be ensured. Labor exploitation should be prevented, right? And also other concern is climate concerns. Now here we are trying to encourage coal production, coal based power generation, coal based thermal power plants. So definitely sulfur dioxide emissions, nitrogen dioxide emissions, particulate matter emissions, all these will increase. Mining waste will be there. Definitely this will have implications on air and water, and as a result overall to global warming and climate change, right? So climate change concerns are also there. So these are some of the concerns that are associated with coal mining. If we increase coal mining or coal production, so what should be the way forward then? Definitely coal plays a major role in the development agenda of our country. To make India a $5 trillion economy by 2024, definitely coal sector, we should not leave behind the climate change concerns, right? Sustainable development should be the way forward. Paris Agreement targets should be going hand in hand with the development agenda of our country. On one side, we have to boost or encourage coal production. On the other side, we should not forget our Paris Agreement targets for climate change. So in this context, we should also know clean coal technologies. What are these clean coal technologies? These are technologies that are used for producing coal in a less environmental impact manner. That means producing coal in such a way that they have least or minimal impact on the environment. This is clean coal technologies, right? Such technologies should be adopted in the coal sector. So this is the way forward, and definitely by increasing our coal production, we can reduce our dependence on the coal imports, and definitely this leads to self-reliance in the energy sector. This is definitely a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan.